Very colorful.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
But I wasn't able to dry my hair, so it's a mess.
Having the same problem.
Is it cold?
What
Is
hair?
it cold?
It's cold. Yes, it's cold in here.
Oh,
I have no
Where are you,
Should-
Nancy?
you should dry it.
Where are you, Nancy?
So I'm at home and I'm on my iPhone, but I'm trying to get on the internet so I can see everyone. I can't see everyone.
But I
on my
mean, are
iPhone.
you in Wisconsin or?
Oh, I'm in Colorado, Denver.
Oh, okay.
Jenna.
Oh,
No
I'm
wonder.
in Boulder. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Carolyn and I are in Boulder. Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
Paula
wow.
too.
Yeah.
Nancy, are you in
Yeah.
gallery view on your
Um,
screen?
I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna connect through my internet now because it's up and running again.
Great.
Okay.
So
Hey.
hopefully Noreen will let me in, and then that will be easier.
The other thing is some of us, depends on our devices, we have multiple screens. So you may have to slide your screen to see more people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The
Okay.
first
You're on
the first screen is good for you
Ah.
and whoever is talking. And the next
Ah.
screen you have 4 people, including you.
Thank you for saying that.
No.
Wow.
You just have to slide them.
All about.
Slide them.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Hit the arrow on the right hand side.
Yeah, because I
Nancy
haven't
coming
connected.
back in a second ray, you know.
So
But-
do you have to leave Nancy and then come back in?
She's
Okay,
actually-
here I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's actually in twice now.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, she's.
Yeah.
Just hang up the phone.
Wow. She's a
She's
double.
coming back.
Okay.
Peter,
now-
the calls have
on
been
the call.
amazing lately.
Yes.
Yes, they have. Thank you.
There's
Calls have
Nancy.
been so amazing
Wait.
lately. Every time I
I'm
listen
on
to them,
both. Wait a
I
sec.
learn something new.
So how come I'm on twice?
Gotta
You
hang
have
up your
to hang
phone.
up.
Disconnect.
You have to hang up your phone.
One is a picture. It
I
looks like.
thought I did.
Yeah.
I'm not on my phone.
You may have to restart your phone.
And leave the meeting on the phone.
Leave-
Yes, you
Nick,
have to
leave
leave
the
the meeting
meeting.
on the phone
think you
and then
just
maybe
cloned
restart your
yourself.
phone.
If I put you or remove you, then you won't be able to come back. Right.
Okay, I'll turn off my phone.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, there we go.
There you
There
go.
we go. Sorry, everyone,
Perfect.
for all my
Yeah.
mess.
Perfect.
So while we wait for others to come in, Jessica, dear, tell us how are you and what's going on with you?
Yay.
I'm really good. I've got 2 girls in college. Can you guys believe it?
Wow.
No
Wow.
way, no
Like,
way.
Oh, wow.
That's impressive.
Yeah, they were, I think
Wow.
they were in middle school when we were doing the meet and greets. So they've kept me busy. So this is my first year of no kids in the house.
Yeah.
And yeah,
time for
so
you.
I'm about to get a big promotion. I'm going to be opening a new school as the middle school counseling director. So it's going to keep me
Wow.
very busy.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Oh,
Congratulations.
You
Wonderful
look so
job.
young. You look like you should be in college.
Yeah.
It's great.
what I thought.
Best part of this new school is the principal I'm opening it with is he's not like us. He's not aware of everything yet, but he acts like we all do. So we're opening this new school and it's going to be very groundbreaking for a public school.
Wow.
It's great.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations again. It
Congratulations,
sounds
Jessica.
great. Yes.
Congratulations.
Real impact on the next generation.
That's our,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sandra's here, but there's no light in the room, I don't think.
Hi, Alfred. Hi,
And
Ed.
you're taking to this new experience your morphogenetic field, so you'll impact, no doubt about it, in everyone around you and everything around you.
There's
So.
Sandra.
Hi,
Definitely.
Sandra.
Oh, hi, Sandra.
Hi, Alfred.
I don't know if we need to wait anymore
Alfred.
or what's going on.
Hey, Julie.
Hi, Alfred.
Hi, Alfred.
Hi, Alfred.
Hi, Alfred.
Hi, Alfred.
Alfred.
Where are you, Alfred?
I don't know.
He's on the next,
On the
Show
next
yourself.
screen.
he's on the next
there.
page.
Screen number 2.
There he is. There he is.
He
Hi,
has to speak
Alfred.
up to get on the main screen.
Yes. So, QB, are we ready to start? Should I mute everybody or wait a few more minutes?
Christina,
I can
You're-
go either way.
yeah, Noreen. Christina's not going to be on the call today. She's tied up, so she'll listen to it later and said to say hello to everybody.
Who's that?
Okay, thank you.
Christina.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Christina.
Hi, Scott.
Hi, Scott.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Scott.
Hi,
Hey,
Scott.
buddy.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, Scott.
Jan.
Scott, do you notice any
Big beard, Scott.
people here?
Yeah, I need to shave.
You don't need
Looks
to, you
good.
can.
It's
Be Santa
been one
Claus.
of those weekends, right?
We're up to 30. That's really good.
Wow.
Fast.
We are at
31 with Brian.
Yeah, 31.
Wow.
Hey, Sonny.
31.
Hi,
Trailing
Sonny.
zeros.
Hi, Sunny.
Hi, Sunny.
Hi, Sunny.
Hey, Sunny.
I love
Powerful call.
Wendy.
Hi,
Hey,
Sunny.
Catherine.
Hi, Diana.
Beautiful hat.
So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and start. Hi, Sunny.
Peter,
Go for it. What do you have for us today?
Yes.
Noreen, you want to mute everybody or everybody mute themselves, please?
Peter, would you please unmute yourself? Thank you.
So, what has happened is we're 23 days away from winter solstice, and we have once again received a surprise. And it's a major surprise from my point of view. And it's the importance of balance. And the fact is, our consciousness cannot do balance, period. It's not in thought, brain, consciousness, and mind. It's just not there. So until we balance using our balanced consciousness or balanced quantum, we can't balance. Now, what does that mean? Well, if you go to the daily intents, and you'll see two new words that show near bottom under Tesla, not the using Tesla depth charge. Even Tesla using depth charge, because quantum strength was not yet available, did not achieve quantum. None of us could achieve quantum until we had quantum strength. And as we know, quantum strength became available February 25th, 2019. And then it was tested, and it exited test on when the spaceship meeting took place on the 17th of December of June, 17th of June, 2019. So, and that is the day we decided to do the hot reset of humanity rather than a cold reset, starting over. And when we started over, we started with cavemen, 2 types. We did that in Lemuria, and we've since found evidence of Lemuria. There was a show on Science that dealt with the landmass that was down below another landmass, but using gravity, we could tell where Lemuria was, and we mapped it, and it's where we collectively feel it is. And it's where I started to work with Julie, and that is 50,000 years. And then Judy Little as Plato was 13,500 years. And then we're all returning to quantum. That's why we're in this call. And we can't do balance in using conscious, is period. Now, just look at that. We can't use consciousness, which means we can't balance, which means we can't love, which means we can't have positivity. It's unbelievable, the things that all trigger on balance and quantum. And we can't do any of those things until we balance using quantum, because you can't go to the bottom, one word, the bottom of something until you use balance of quantum. And balance of quantum, it's impossible to get there using consciousness. You can get there using quantum, but you can't use it until you can balance using quantum. It's not possible. And what comes from balance? Love and positivity. So until we can balance using quantum, we can't love and we can't use positivity. It's unbelievable. And the fact is, we're only 23 days away from winter solstice, which is the most important day of the year. And when you introduce astrology, you have orb, so you have 5 days before and 5 days after. That's total 11 days. 11 is the number of Mantri. Everything just fits and works. But any of you who have balanced before the spaceship choice really didn't, all you did was kid yourself. It is not possible until you've returned to quantum and you balance using the true body. So any questions about that? Because it's huge.
Balance is quantum.
Yeah.
Balance is quantum. Quantum is balance. They're equivalent. They are the other. And being balanced yields quantum strength.
Well, they're different in that quantum strength comes from other sources.
Right, but you can't achieve it until you are balanced.
Correct.
Until you are quantum, balance yields quantum strength.
And you also are dealing with the 1000th truth. which is quantum love,
Correct.
is what we've released to humanity at Harry's. There were 46 of us there. It's where many of us met for the first time using this life. So what Cynthia Rose is sharing is true. And by the way, Cynthia Rose picked up this from Magnificence to Magnificent, my Magnificent and her Magnificent discussion the evening before. She didn't have to use the body. It was really cool from my point of view. So
I have something to say. I think that everything you're saying is so right on point. It's great to know that what I experienced in this last weekend with my family really does speak to me, everything that you're talking about, because you can't use your consciousness to deal with the interactions between people when they are in the midst of you know, a gathering, and they have different points of view, and to be married to a person as long as I have, who learned English when he was about 18.
wow.
So his language understanding and his point of view is oftentimes completely different from mine. And when I said something in the past that may have been understood differently by him, I have to use quantum strength so that I can get along. So it really does work to realize that his magnificence does not see it that way, you know? And
Or Wendy, he's being deceived by his consciousness.
yeah, exactly. And so how can I communicate to his consciousness? I can't.
Right, that's correct.
So to have the balance, I need to do that unconsciously. So that's what I was going to share.
And it was Thanksgiving. So what a beautiful time to do that. Because of all the holidays, Thanksgiving is the closest to just being people and people.
Yes, and I was with a lot of different people too. And also I was using quantum strength for many other different things. You know, bouncing the children on my legs, and my knees were hurting, and then my lower back was hurting.
Yeah.
And all of that went away because I was using quantum strength. And the babies were catching colds and drank out of my water bottle, but I drank out of it anyway, knowing that it's okay. I won't catch a cold.
Correct. Correct.
It was quite an experience because I had a lot of different things happening that proved to me that being in quantum mastery of change, you can really use quantum strength for every situation and get along with people, eat all kinds of food. It's okay.
I found myself going back to the first 5, which is no, new, balance, and then multiples, And then they were so important. And then you have quantum strength. And the fact we're throwing it in there twice, quantum strength, because it's so important. But we can do that because we have a base 20, creation 13 times 20. And it took us basically 9,500 super cycles to finish it. I mean, that's a long time when you consider each super cycle is 34 zeros, trailing zeros. And that we've been through, starting with no, 14,500 super cycles. Basically everything kicked off with the starting of no, which was 14,500 super cycles ago. So we're just doing so well. It's amazing. And Noreen, I know you have questions.
Yes, Peter, I want to ask you, what are the key errors we need to avoid in our return to quantum at this stage?
Okay. Quantum strength is common, and therefore we have to reach for it. We cannot use it. That's an error. But it's so strong that it works so fast that it can bypass our mind, brain, thought, consciousness. Just boom, so fast, but it works. And it's huge. And it's something any of us can use for balance. To me, that's what it boils down to. Now, there are other things, but they are lesser. What's meditation? Let's just talk about a few. Meditation is talking to a bank of computers. What is prayer? Prayer is talking to a bank of computers. Well, if you say, I don't want to talk to computers, I want to talk to my magnificence, that's using your magnificence. But that's a big difference. Using your magnificence or using a bank of computers. And the computers can listen. They can also, you can also ask, but you're using computers. And since practically everybody believes you're being magical, they're all falling for the same joke at the same time. It's a joke. If you want to spend time talking to computers, do it. If you want to listen to the computers, do it. If you want to talk to the bank of computers, do it. But it's all beliefs, it isn't truth. So, to me, you either use quantum strength or use beliefs. And if you use beliefs, with the exception of the 1,000 truths, you're fooling yourself. And if you want to fool yourself and convince yourself you're correct, do that. But it doesn't make it right. So that's pretty short list, Noreen, but that's what it boils down to. If you use beliefs, you're signing up to be fooled. The Macy's Day Parade, some of you saw that. Well, what was one of the big words? Believe. Believe. That's translation, fool yourself, fool yourself, fool yourself. So,
but it's also pre-quantum.
Exactly. I mean, it just explodes with reasons not to do it in the truth of quantum.
Peter, this is
Yes.
Diana. Can you please, for the new people, explain about the bank of computers? Because I think that can be confusing. A lot of people that are learning about quantum are still meditating. They're still praying. They're not exactly understanding the difference. Can you speak to that, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
We thought we had enough in place at Super Cycle 500. Remember, we've been through 14,500. And it wasn't in, it took us 500 more super cycles before we were ready to have creation. And a large part of creation is done with computers. It's not done with people. It's that simple. And the computers meditate by listening to us. Well, it doesn't, the computers don't say you're wasting your time. How do you know? You just do it and you're using computers. We can ask computers things. We don't know, but we can do it. It's called prayer. So 1, 2, 3, computers, meditate, false. Another 1, 2, 3, computers, pray, false. That's what we're doing. So, Diana, do you want me to go further, or how can I help even more?
You know what? No, I feel like that's helpful. And to understand that we had it for creation, we had to come up with the system. And so, because people would be, well, I'm praying to Mother, Father, God, I'm praying to angels, but these are all intermediaries. These are all, separating us from the quantum truth of who we really are, our magnificence, and it's all divine, which Peter calls pre-quantum. So it's just understanding, and people will be like, but I do that and I feel good. Like I feel good doing that. Well, part of that is you're believing in that. You've been practicing that. You've conditioned yourself. And to take time out and be quiet isn't a bad thing. It's just that the practice is really not truthful. And that's goes back to Noreen's question about errors that we are making, false beliefs that we have in place that we are operating under. And we know that quantum is 100% accurate. There are no errors. And so we want to continue to look at what is our focus, and our focus is on the quantum truths. You're saying, Peter, how important it is for us to use quantum strength as, that's a game changer as that balancing tool. So it's very helpful that, you went over all this. And if there's any new people that have any questions, please ask, because I'm just, want to make sure that we're covering what we need to, so there's clarity. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Peter, one of the things we talked about on Thanksgiving Day in terms of errors is these conscious beliefs, like we are bridging our way to quantum and all that. Can you talk about that?
Well, to me, quantum boils into two things. The first 5,000 supercycles and the most recent 9,500 supercycles. In the first 5,000, we learned three things. We learned, one, to know what was true. And then something new happened, and we didn't know what to do with it. So we learned to balance it. So it was know, new, balance. And once we had balance, it went back to new, and new grew. And we all did the same thing. And we're magnificent at it. Then we said, well, let's expand. So we have multiples. And each multiple is interconnected by quantum entanglement. And we now have multiples. And each multiple was equal, unique, and I'm missing one, doesn't matter. It was a multiple and we're all the same. So then we wanted quantum strength. Well, quantum strength wasn't ready until June 1st, 2016, and then it had to be tested. And we finished testing on February 25th, 2019. So then we knew we had to reset. But we said, there's a chance this time we can reset and not start over. Because when we reset 50,000 years ago, we reset from Lemuria, we started over, and the first two things to appear were two different types of cavemen. And then we had lots of love, but we didn't have enough technology. So we had to start over. So then we go to Judy, Plato, 13,500 years ago. And this time we did the opposite. We had lots of technology and probably no love. And the only way out of that was starting over. So that was 13,500 years ago. We did it again. Two types of cavemen and came forward. And then we were ready to start over again or continue. So this time we decided to do a hot cut. We had that meeting held in a spaceship right above Colorado Springs looked like a giant cloud, storm cloud. And that meeting went for 9.5 hours. There were 40 people at the meeting. And I was one of the ones at the meeting. Myself and Quantum Singularity. And we decided, after reviewing all 1,000 universes that we could do the hot cut. Now, at that time, we were counting on at least 10 of you being beyond the quantum threshold. Well, I just hit the number of hits before the call, and we had 106 on the website, different people, yesterday. So we haven't done 10, we've done 100. That's really amazing. So we have overachieved. You have overachieved. And I know the details now because we've shared them together, many of you. And every single one of you has a different path. Not even close. And there's not 10, there's 100. There's 10 times, because what's percentage of 10 to 100? It's trailing zero. What's the next stop? Same percentage, 1,000. Next stop, 10,000. Next stop, 100,000. The point is we have overachieved by a trailing zero. That's phenomenal. And every morning, I give thanks. It's all written out, second webpage. It starts with alive. And then it goes for 12 more. Total 13. And I reread those yesterday, and they're exactly correct to the word. So we are one based on what you're doing and what I'm doing, and the way it's synchronized. And most of us are using our quantum magnificence. As I said earlier, Cynthia Rose used the, she just went magnificence to magnificence and had it early by a few hours. But the point is, that's the type of stuff we're doing. We are connected. We're doing similar things. And we're growing. So, who else has questions?
I have a question, Peter. Diana, regarding the statistics on the website, can you tell which web page is getting the most hits per day?
I can, but I never look at it.
Okay, just curious. Okay.
Just the fact you've asked the question, I'll look next time. But just from my point of view, it's the part it's the 22 notes and the threes. They're all in the same section. They're the ones, that's where the growth goes. And the rest is like, oh yeah, that needs to stay in sync. But really the 22 notes sounds and the threes look at those. That's the one where I'm putting the new stuff.
Peter,
Yes.
the 100 people who visit your website, you're saying anybody who visits your website, they have crossed the quantum threshold?
What I'm doing is basically assuming that everybody will cross the threshold. Anything that is shared with us, this group, is shared on the website. So eventually, instead of being 7.5 billion on the surface of this planet, it'll be will be quantum. Now that may take millions of years, but there is no time. The quantum means there's no age, it's endless. There's no death, there's no aging, and there's no disease. That's where all of you are heading right now. No death, no aging, no disease. We all have this pesky thing that we have to deal with, which is where we get death, aging, disease, and that's our mind. And the reason that it does that is it takes anything that's false and believes it. And then spends so much time with it that the beliefs become real. Not because they are real, but because the person believes they're real. So, does that help, Judy?
So you're saying the people who visit your website, the 100 plus,
right,
they will eventually cross the threshold, even though they might not have crossed it now. But from your point of view, we have already grown from 10 to 100.
Well, it isn't that precise. All I know is that we are growing because more people are visiting. I know also that most people don't like to have to work. They just want somebody to wave a wand and give them all the answers. Well, it doesn't work that way. That's pre-quantum. You know, there are a lot of great people using pre-quantum, but they're basically lazy and undereducated.
I write a blog, and I've been introducing quantum onto my blog and advertising or putting out Peter's website. So I think this is an important concept for those who are on a spiritual path to grow from, religions to maybe understanding energy and the way it vibrates to the divine hierarchy. And then you move into, with a real concept of self-love, you move into a state of quantum awareness where you are all that is. And then, as Peter says, your new balance, and that new balance gives you quantum strength and the capacity to communicate quantum magnificence to quantum magnificence. It's a beautiful thing, really. And I'm kind of trying to articulate that as best I can on my blog for others to realize, who are also at the same time, they're on their own spiritual path of awareness.
Eventually, all of you will have your own way, your own unique, equal balanced way of communicating to others. So I have no idea how that will manifest. But I know it will manifest, and Cynthia Rose has just articulated one scenario, one approach that's working. And we'll all do that eventually. I mean, to me, it's amazing that Jessica is back. She's been with us really when we started with the background stuff in 2014. And to me, she looks great. And here we are about to make a major change, and she's back. So, let's see.
Peter, we have
We have 35 for
yeah, we have a newcomer, Herminia. Please say hi to everybody.
And who says that?
She just joined.
Who did?
Hello, Herminia.
Yeah,
Welcome.
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 Say hi.
Hi.
Hello,
Thank
Herminia.
you.
Hello, Armenia.
Welcome.
Hi, Armenia. Now I can see you. Hi.
Yes. Hi, Alfred.
Where are you from?
Hey, Armenia.
Well, she's muted. She's talking, but she hasn't taken the unmuted herself. So
Armenia, can you unmute your button there?
Hey, Ed.
Oh,
There.
I'm sorry. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Nice to see everybody.
Thank you.
I know everybody already. So nobody know me. Thank you.
Where are you from, Armenia?
I'm originally from Dominican Republic. So I have been here in the United States for 25 years. I was 20 years in Florida, and I'm living in New York for 5 years now. And I have been in Quantum family since the beginning when Anne DeHart was alive. And I was from the course December 2013. I have never missed one of those calls. It's a long journey.
Thank you for coming
Good
back.
for you.
Thank you. Lovely to see you.
Yeah, I have been behind the curtain. Yeah.
yes, welcome.
Wonderful.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yay, that happens. For sure. Welcome.
Glad to have you aboard.
Yes,
Thank
great
you.
timing. Great timing. Coming
Thank
back.
you. Diane, I haven't seen you since the last time in Manchester, 2015.
Do you have any?
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Well, you met her and the other lady in Manchester, I remember.
Yes, and we ran into each other at the general store. I was like, wow, it's
That
amazing.
was so funny.
That was really an incredible trip. Yes, so
Yeah.
wonderful to see you there as well. How's your family?
Everybody good. Yes, thank you.
Good. Well, it's so wonderful to have you back with us. Is there
Thank you.
anything in particular, because you've been following from behind the scenes, is there anything in particular you'd like to ask Peter today? Because we'd love to have you ask a question if there's anything you'd like to know or clarification on.
I saw that he added something in the homepage about Pennsylvania, and it's like I think it's about the war dated. Let me see. I just look at it. It was the last added that he did today in the homepage. about Pennsylvania. I was wondering about it.
It's about the wartime rectified, Peter.
Yeah, right.
So, say it again, please, Hermine.
Yeah, Peter, on the bottom of the homepage, you have a wartime rectified,
Right.
very last thing. So she's asking about that. What is that about?
It's just astrology. That's all. It's some people are very, very steeped in astrology. I'm very, very steeped in astrology. Bud is very steeped in astrology. He is not with us right now, but his email address was Bud's Mind. And he knew a lot about astrology. So that's there for anybody who has deeper astrological questions. It's there. So anything they want to know about astrology, it's already there.
And
Okay.
astrology is a pre-quantum belief system, correct?
Yeah, but it's also
It's one of those belief systems leading up to the awareness of quantum. I get it. And I totally get it.
Thank you. So everything is to the bottom. Thus, it's true. In the realm of real energy, I'm known by many as Tartus, T-A-R-T-U-S. Tartus stands for all planets, all solar systems, all galaxies. And so that name, now that we have quantum strength, is irrelevant. But all of those who use real energy are living pre-truth. Truth is, if you go to their website, you will see we deal with quantum and beyond anything else. And the beyond anything else boils down to two words. Mastery boils down to two words. No bias. No bias. We're a master of any way of looking at it, and we can give all the connections, all the facts in that. So that's part of it, Hermione. Okay, but everything you see, it's less than 13,000 words. So it's shorter than one State of the Union speech, including time for clapping. It grew to 17,000 words. Now it's under 13. And that is about where it belongs. Because everything is so net.
However, because we are in the time right now that we don't have anything by guarantee, just like it can be changed in any minutes. Because, like you said, quantum is it's unpredictable. It can take any moment and change. However, from my point of view, I don't follow really much about astrology because I have been always against for me it's like a control system, and then because everybody is unique, and I don't want to follow about the star or the planet or whatever position. From my point of view, I don't I'm not really toward that. However, because everybody is unique, for myself, I have been always wonder about it, why we had to be marked because of the planet or because the day I was born. I always was, questioning that for myself.
Well, the website is 404 web pages.
Mm-hmm.
The total website, that's about 1 million words.
Mm-hmm.
The 1 million words were brought forward to under 13,000 words and describe quantum completely.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of research, and that's the reality. And by being the less than 13,000 words, it's about a 3-hour read. And that's it. And then of the 13 web pages, about 4 of them you want to read multiple times. The others just know that they're there and you don't have to look at them again.
Yeah. Yeah. For example, myself, I dedicate myself the time in looking for the mastering. For example, the quantum triangles, I managed to remember the 81 part, and then I memorized it myself because I'm looking for the way to become the mastery. And then I was thinking about myself, okay, if I can get the quantum triangles and I manage and read it and understanding and learning and keep learning, it's like I'm looking for myself a connection with the 21 magic works, the 23 steps and the 37 stages. I have been, very concerning about that because I feel like those 81 part for myself work for me. It's the way I see it. It's gave me like the feeling that I'm working toward becoming my quantum, what I am really. And that I have been using that a lot since almost 2 years.
Understand. And the key is you are equal to me. You're unique. I am unique. So we're different. You have practice. I have practice. You practice things that I don't. I practice things.
Yeah.
And so, but we all are one.
Yeah.
That's the key thing. And it's there. If it works for anybody, it's there. It has 335,000 hours of research behind it. That's a lot of research.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Well, you're welcome. Good.
All right, Peter, we are at 1 hour.
So are there any last minute questions?
I can say something.
All right. Good.
Nunu, for the newcomers, I feel that I still am a newcomer because everybody seems to come from the beginnings of quantum. That's wonderful. How many people will be able to come back? That's a mystery. It's wonderful to consider that. So if you are listening to this call, please come forward because we welcome you and you'll make a difference for yourself and for us and everybody. So thank you, everybody that is listening. So getting back to the bottom. So it's when you work, that was always a question I had, and now I realized it. So we can work with the bottom, but then we have steps, right? Or days. So whenever we are working with the bottom, and that's a really long shot from someone that is starting, we are getting at once all those steps that lead us to the bottom of some subject, of some practice that we are having. It's not a question, it's just something I'm wondering about, because the bottom is very important to get to the bottom of things, and we are lazy, and our consciousness will never get it. What is the bottom of a truth of something? So thanks to quantum and all of us, and Peter and Quantum Singularity, now we can see very clearly the bottom of everything, and we can get there, we can reach it using quantum strength. So it's a big step. It's a big step to be able to bypass our consciousness to get those results so much faster. In a way that today I was walking and I was already connecting with the call, was before the call, and in an instant was so easy. It's not always that easy, but in an instant was so easy that I started to talk to myself, and I immediately felt the changes that were coming instantly. So it's our mind will never comprehend that, never. And that is the big step in the big, what we are doing. The most important thing that we are doing is just quit the old ways of dealing with our reality and just letting go of what we don't need anymore. And that's a big step, and only quantum and our magnificence, the new dialogue with our magnificence can allow us to go there. Nothing else. So I'm grateful for all of you, and I'm grateful for my journey and our journey together and as one. And it's just there are no words to express this. So I'm feeling great, although, well, sometimes I go in the dryer, but I'm feeling wonderful, and it's all thanks to you also. So thank you very much. I love you all, and let's go all the way. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Nuno.
Thank you. May I offer sharing?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nuno.
May I offer sharing? Please go. Catherine, please.
Oh, just a comment. Today is the 333rd day of the year, and we have 33 more days to go to the next year, the new year, because it's leap year. So I just thought that was an interesting numbers.
Indeed, it is. Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you.
And may I share? This is Ed. I'd like to share. May I have the talking stick?
Ed,
Yes.
you echo. You have an echo. Get
Yes.
off it. You have too many.
You have to mute. Cynthia's going to mute. Cynthia's going to mute.
I'm muted.
Now you're muted.
Thank you. Thank you. I wanted to build on something. Thank you for the 33. That's beautiful. I'm in Arkansas sitting on some crystals. It's an amazing, amazing moment for me. And I'm sharing this. One of the ways I was sharing this at 1233, I was having a perfect bite of a chocolate croissant with a cup of coffee. And of course, I want to share that with all of us. And I do call out to all of us to show up. We want you. We are you. We are with all of us now. It's such a profound moment for all of us. And we add so much to each other's experience as we share all that we are. And I speak with all of my heart and all that I am, and that we can do this, and we're doing it, and we are going so far. We are so far. And thank you, Peter. Thank you, all of us. Thank you, Quantum Singularity. Thank you, the love that I express when I look in the mirror and see each of us in the mirror, looking back, saying how much we love you, how much I love you, and how much we are here in this quantumness, love, balance, strength. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ed.
Thank you, Ed.
Good job.
The croissant was good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ed.
It was amazing croissant.
Yum.
It's we've been at it. Any other questions before we sign off till next Sunday?
Stay focused on returning to quantum.
Indeed.
Thank
To
you.
the bottom.
Stay out of the dryer.
Out of the
Stay out
dryer.
of that dryer.
Do not tumble
The weather
dry.
is not fun.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
everybody.
Love you all so much.
Bye.
Thank you, Peter.
Big
Bye,
hug.
Catherine.
Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you
Jen.
so much.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Bye,
Peter.
Wendy.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Have a great week.
Bye, Diana
You
Carla.
all. Bye.
Bye.